Hello everyone, it's Blazer here for another Games I Bought video, and this time it's games that I bought throughout April of 2026. And this is a late one because, well, I was supposed to have 2 different packages come this week or last week, and while one of them did come, the others still haven't arrived. And I figured to myself, I can't delay it any further. I've got to finish it. I gotta do this video now. So, well, here we are. And I didn't buy much, and I didn't get much, but I did get a couple of things. So, mainly 2 games, 1 accessory, and 1 other game that I used to own when I was a kid. So, without further ado, let's talk about the games first. So, I have 2 games, and these are Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Reboot on PlayStation 5. These are the PlayStation 5 versions of the Call of Duty games that I already own on PS4. I have this game on PS4, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and that was the video that you saw on the Nikon Revolution Pro Controller, the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Edition. And I used that also to the and I used the PlayStation 5 version to show off the Wingman converter, which I'm also going to show as well. Yeah, like I'll show it up in if I can get this, if I can get it loose. Here it is. Yep, I used this with that, and this is the thing that I used to get this thing. My PS4, my Nikon Revolution Pro Controller for PS4 to work with this thing on PS5, and it was simple enough. Just plug this thing in, there you go. Sorry about that. Just need to test it. Just need to put the controller here. And there you go. Controller's in. My controller's into the console. And yeah, there you go. So back to these. I've got Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 the reboot version on PS5. And it's worth mentioning this, that the versions I've got here for Call of Duty, for these Call of Duty games on PS5, the physical versions have their own separate trophy lists, and once I also begun to notice with the digital version of this game, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 provides its own sort of trophy list, sort of sort of trophy list, kind of like the PS5 version of Modern Warfare 2, physical and digital, having their own trophy lists. And dare I say it also, Black Ops 6 and 7 on both PS4 and PS5, having their own set trophy lists as well. So if I want to do some extra trophy hunting for the sake of it, yeah, I can do that. So I put it for those. And yeah, this one, and I played a little bit of Black Ops Cold War PS5 to see it working. Yeah, mainly 2 missions just to see it working. At least the first 2 missions of it. See it how it works. See how it plays. It works pretty fine. Not a great Call of Duty, but certainly isn't terrible either. But Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 reboot is awful. It's a Call of Duty game that should have been sold as an expansion. Because this game, despite that, the developer said, which is Sledgehammer by the way, saying that they've spent 18 months working on this entry. And that I call bullshit on that. Because everything about this just felt rushed off. And I'm sure at this point it feels like it's much more fixed up and playable. And more playable, I would say. But you can't fix what is otherwise just a terrible entry. You got campaign, which is more or less just got a crappy storyline with recycled areas from the Warzone. Then you got crappy multiplayer with maps recycled from the 2009 Modern Warfare 2, not the original version of Modern Warfare 3, for some freaking reason. And then you also got zombies? Really? Zombies in a Call of Duty Modern Warfare game. What? I'm like, what the hell? That is freaking stupid. And yeah. So that's 2 more Call of Duties out the way. Now the next ones I'm going to need to get my hands on are Black Ops 6 on PS4 and PS5. And then, dare I say it, Black Ops 7 on PS4 and PS5. Which I know is the absolute shit one. Even worse than this one. And Black Ops Declassified on the Vita. Because you're right, and here I thought that game was like the shittiest of the Call of Duties of all time. And that's why Call of Duty, I'm gonna say it, Call of Duty has really become like the dumpster fire all over the industry, because this decade we've had some absolute rubbish when it comes to Call of Duty games. So, yeah, some of the new Call of Duties haven't really been all that good. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, Vanguard, although Modern Warfare 2 reboot wasn't bad. Okay-ish, I guess. Then Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 6, and Black Ops 7. Yeah, it's just showing that the series is running dry. It's running dry, and clearly the focus of Call of Duty right now is on Warzone. That's the only Call of Duty that everybody is playing and everybody seems to care about. In which, to them, it's fine for them. For me, I don't care about Warzone or anything like that. All I care about is just the campaign or all these other Call of Duty games that maybe I'll platinum them if I'm good enough to handle the multiplayer on them. If it's not too sweaty, if I can figure out a way to beat the trophies, so to say. Alright, then I got 2 things also. Let's move these out the way. I got 2 things. both of which for the Game Boy. I got a game for the Game Boy, for the original Game Boy, and that is Pokemon. Pokemon Red to be exact. And this is a game I used to own back in the day. Well, not necessarily this version of it. I actually had Pokemon Blue when I was young, and then I wanted Pokemon Yellow after, which I eventually did get. And this right here is pretty much Pokemon Red. And I got this one in absolutely good condition. Like pretty much the best condition I can find it in. There's a lot of conditions, there's a lot of copies of this I've been finding, like all over the place, like near where I live. There's like copies of this which have the sticker pretty much in bad shape, and pretty much the cartridge all dirty. And I found one that was clean enough, and the sticker was pretty much perfect for me. And I've been playing this a fair ton ever since I got it. And I've gone pretty far into it. And I'm really enjoying reliving this famous Nintendo game. Pokemon is a turn-based role-playing game where you're a Pokemon trainer training Pokemon to battle other Pokemon and other Pokemon trainers. And then you go into a gym where you fight gym trainers and a gym leader and beat them, and then you get special abilities and powers from them and a badge to let you access new regions and other areas of the world, while also you deal with Team Rocket, who will occasionally get in the way at times. And there are 3 different versions of this original one. There was red, and like I said, there was blue, and then there was yellow. Red and blue were the originals, and yellow was like the third one, which was like the enhanced version of those 2 games. In which yellow, it redrew a lot of the sprite work and a lot of the graphics in it, and the sprite work took were redrawn to feel more in line with the Pokemon anime, which was super popular on TV at the time. So Pokemon Yellow took that inspiration from the TV series, and also made Pikachu your style of Pokemon. So that was one of the things I liked about Pokemon Yellow. Whereas Red is just, you choose either one of 3 Pokemon, Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle. And in my playthrough I chose Charmander, and I evolved it into a Charizard. And where I am now on the game is, I've just, I'm in Saffron City, and I've just beaten the Fighting Jojo in the Silph Cove building, and now I'm done with Team Rocket, and I've gotten Lapras, and I'm training Lapras up. And once I train Lapras up, I'm gonna go into the Saffron City gym and defeat Sabrina, I think her name was. Yeah, Sabrina, I think her name was, the Psychic Pokemon gym leader. And so yeah, I'm actually having a good time with that game. And if I beat this game, Pokemon Red, I'll need to consider thinking about getting a physical cartridge of Pokemon Yellow. And make that my next one to do. But I may not bother trading, buying Pokemon Blue to trade Pokemon in with Red and Blue. Because, yeah, the thing with Pokemon Red and Blue is that you had to trade between the 2 games, with 2 Game Boys and a link cable to get all 150 Pokemon. Otherwise, all you had was in the cartridges. And here's the thing, I've only got 1 Game Boy Advance, which is this one here. And I do plan to maybe mod this thing or get a modded Game Boy Advance for trading purposes, and getting a link cable to trade between red and blue to get all 150 Pokemon. But my problem is whether or not to do it, and whether or not to get a second Game Boy and a link cable to do the trading, or just stick to what is in the cartridge and play it that way. So I'm kind of unsure about where to go on that one. So yeah, that's Pokemon Red. I actually really enjoying that one. Alright, then the last thing is that I picked up, and it's an accessory, and it's a very unique accessory that I wanted to get. So I have an update, so this is going to would be more or less an update on my Game Boy Advance build. Because recently my Game Boy Advance is battery hand grip has been getting on my freaking nerves. Because I should mention that I bought the Joytech battery hand grip for my Game Boy Advance, and yeah, to play the thing while charging it, and that thing has been driving me insane with the amount of times it keeps going off. And partially that's because like I've had the thing, even though I had the thing for like maybe 2-3 years now, or like whenever the time I had the this Game Boy, whenever how long I've had this Game Boy Advance for. But here's the thing, the Joytech battery grip is rechargeable. But from what I understand and learned, that after like maybe 20 or so years, or a couple of years of use, they do die out on battery charges, so they eventually go dry and they don't charge up anymore. Now, if I had the tool set and the knowledge, experience, or some help on my side, I'd take it apart to maybe see if I could maybe replace the battery inside it with a new rechargeable battery in it. But I've decided to just get a new grip instead. And I decided to get, after looking at it on Amazon, I found this one. This is called the RG34XX hand grip. This is a custom 3D printed hand grip for a handheld console called the RG34XX clone console, which is supposed to look like a Game Boy, the original model of the Game Boy Advance. And this is what my Game Boy Advance looks like. And believe it or not, this is what the actual RG34XX console looks like. It looks every bit as close to a Game Boy Advance as possible. And if you looked up on Google Images on it, you'll probably see it. But if not, here's an image of it. There you go. So here we go. What the thing does is provide a way to holding the RG34XX console to be a bit more comfortable, and the setup is very simple and it's very straightforward to setting it in. You just slop it in over the top right there, and it fits in. And this thing, from what I've seen on AliExpress and Etsy auction sites, this thing can also work. Users have said that this can also work with the original Game Boy Advance, the actual original Game Boy Advance AGBE001 model. Yeah, that's the version, that's the models I've got. And that's the model I'm going to be sticking with. So it's easy to just slide this thing in, and you just slap it in, and there it is, it's on. Very simple process. It slips in, and there you go, you can see it slightly in the console. It looks great. I played a bit of it. I played a couple of hours with this thing, and it is pretty, and it's very good. Very comfortable, very simple to hold. Yep, both sides. Feels comfortable on my left side, with my left hand. And it's very comfortable to hold with my right hand. So, it's a great hand grip, and I really do like how easy it is to hold. But the problem is how to turn this bugger on. There's supposed to be this little thing here to give you enough space to turn it on, but it isn't. For my finger, it's kind of really difficult. So the only way I was able to turn this thing on is to do this. Just take it out of the shell, just hit the power switch on, and then just pop it down. Or just using my little tiny screwdriver to save on constantly taking it out all the time. So there you go, you can see it powering on. And yeah, and I've gone back to regular batteries. My battery cover is broken. The little tiny piece that's holding the battery compartment is snapped off. So I have to put sellotape over it, tape it together so it stays in place until I remove it. And thankfully the tape is still holding it pretty well. And my batteries for it is still pretty much going pretty well. Like, you can still see there on the battery. Yeah. And I was going to get a new battery, or a battery power station thing, which I was able to find on Amazon, but so far, from what I've seen, for what has happened, it's taking forever for it to show, and I think we may have gotten scammed, because maybe a bad seller or somebody has not come and informed us of anything that has come with the device or anything. Like we haven't received any updates or haven't received the package yet. And I did want to do a video on it to show both that and the script, which would be 2 steps for me in improving my Game Boy Advance. I'm building my ultimate Game Boy Advance build, because that's one of my goals in life now. Building my ultimate Game Boy Advance. So for now, this is phase 1, just get a new grip. Phase 2 is getting a new shell, because this thing does need a new shell. Phase 3 is getting a new IPS screen, and yeah, and this thing seriously needs a new IPS screen, because I don't know if you can see it, but this thing, there's like several scratches on it, and you can even see it visibly, a little crack on it. And this thing still works, yeah, but I think it needs a new IPS screen, a glass one to be exact. I'm not sure I think this is a plastic one, but I think I need to go for a glass one. I think the glass ones are better and are more resilient. And I also want to get new buttons, in which I want to get red buttons for it, an orange, clear orange shell for it, and if I can find it, preferably a white glass IPS screen. And some of these I can find on Amazon. Like the vast majority of these parts I can find on Amazon. Because Amazon sells like a bunch of different Game Boy Advance modding parts. So yeah, that's going to be my long-term goal for this Game Boy Advance. So this is what my Game Boy Advance is currently gonna look like. Yeah. There you go. Just this thing, just sitting with my my Pokemon Red. So that is everything I bought for this for April of 2026. Now let's talk about my goals that I've completed in 2026. I've actually completed a few things of 2026, which is the start of me getting back on track. And while I have been spending a lot of time with Splitgate Arena Reloaded, yeah, because God bless me, I'm still enjoying that game. Yes, I know. But I am doing some other things as well. So reviews wise, I have done some game reviews. I've done reviews on Catch Me If You Can, which is like this little hunt the cat item game thing, which can be played from up to 1 to 4 players, but it's actually a pretty simple game. Hunt this item, take it back to starting point kind of game. Yeah, very basic game. And I got the platinum trophy on that on my PS5. And so that's number 1. Number 2 is Krawler, which is a game where you have to get a cat across some trees and vines to meet his girl. And that one was a very simple game, and I did the PS4 version of it, and I heard there's a PS5 version of this as well, which I'll probably do for another platinum trophy if I care to do that. And then there was another review I done on Sister, which is like 1 part visual novel and 1 part on-rails runner game where you catch balloons and avoid swirls. Yeah, and I did a platinum trophy of that game as well, like a long time ago on PS4, and I think there's also a PS5 version of that as well, which again I'll probably do that as well. If I've bought another point card. Oh yeah, and also I did a platinum trophy run on the game The Letter Classic Edition, which is like that version of that Wii U game, which plays like someone's first Slender Man clone game. It's a game where you find letters, tapes, objects, and it's supposed to be a scary game, but nothing else chases after you. I did a platinum trophy run on it, and I did do a review on it back then. It's trash. It just exists as another easy trophy game that you do with a guide. You know, if you care to try and do it with a guide. yeah, that's pretty much all the stuff that I remember doing. So I think that is about it that I can think of. Alright, all the stuff I've done throughout April. Now, as for me, I've got videos on the way, I've got more reviews planned to do on the games I've already played and beaten before, and figuring out other things of what I want to do with my Game Boy Advance. And then, yeah, then also I gotta save up my money to renew my PlayStation and my antivirus programs to keep my subscriptions going. Because I need to renew my antivirus, and also I will need to renew my PlayStation account, renew my PlayStation membership. In which everything is going well. And again, I'm going to give a couple of months off and wait for Call of Duty Black Ops 7 to drop down significantly in price. And when it does drop down enough, maybe I'll buy a copy brand new. And yeah. But my main goal is going to be, what rechargeable battery should I get for my Game Boy Advance? Either a good one that doesn't require me to mod or cheat or alter my Game Boy Advance device in any way, or go for a modded one that uses that USB-C cable. I'll figure about that, during the course of, sorting out my Game Boy Advance build. So this is gonna do for it. For me, and hope to see you all in the next video. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a comment, like, and subscribe, and be sure to check out some of my other videos that you enjoy, and be sure to check out the other videos that are on my channel, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.